Hello, everybody. Today's topic is affirmations. You must have noticed a lot of videos online regarding do these affirmations, and things regarding our subconscious mind. It is true because since childhood, people are accustomed to using the words that their elders used, most likely to be something very negative. Not in all families, but majority of the time, there are a lot of even things like adages or something that people usually use. Uh, it's because of a human understanding, because of somebody experienced something negative and they made a line. Somebody experienced something positive and they made a line. Since we have free will, we have a choice to choose what is positive for us. How? We don't need to know because universe always delivers if we believe in it. Believe to receive it and ask and you shall be given. These two things are very important in this universe. And why I'm talking about this is because there are a lot of things that comes out of people's mouth without them realizing. For example, you ask yourself how many things that you believe and you speak that your parents do. Something very personal that people wouldn't say, or people wouldn't think of saying such statements, or a simple example many people use is it's just fate. It's just how it's supposed to be. It is not exactly how it's supposed to be because somebody decided that that is how they are going to comfort themselves for something that happened, good, bad, both. When we know what is the truth is, it becomes completely different. You know, seeing something in 2D and understanding that in a 3D and moving towards even higher dimension. I'm just talking about animation. You can, for example, a dot is 1D and a line is 2D. You know, the cartoons that is 2D based. And 3D is completely different understanding of what the same cartoon or the animation is all about. It is the same thing, but we understand it in a very different dimension. And 4D, 5D, 6D, this is all a different dimension that we live in. We are living in a 3D world, in a three-dimensional world, Earth. It is simply because people are used to say positive, negative, both the things. No, people who are there are families, there are people who are used to say positive things. Sometimes they don't even realize it that they say these good things since they have been born. They don't know. Nobody else says such things. They have a different belief system. They refuse that negative statement that comes towards them. It's because they are born with that ability. It's because they are learned something from their past life that became so strong a core belief system, knowing truth. So that comes from their past. This is exactly why there are a lot of people who stick themselves to a certain belief system, that is nobody else around them have that belief system. If somebody has people who always speak negative, it's very best that we just behave like a rock. You know, rock does not absorb any water. It just water touches the rock and it just goes away. Nothing happens to the rock unless it takes a million years to turn that rock into some kind of a sand or something. It actually is a process of changing our belief system, changing our way of saying. For example, imagine if you're in a hurry and you have a bundle of something in your hand and you just randomly keep that on the table and you feel like it might fall off. One who has a positive subconscious would say, stay. In their own mind or verbally, they would say, stay. And somebody who's negatively or used to that kind of negative things would say, don't fall. Universe does not realizes don't. It only acknowledges what is to be done. It is like possibilities of being that thing that you kept on the table being falling off from the table becomes a little bit higher. It's a possibility. But what we are supposed to say is stay. When we say stay with the confidence, even divine stands up. Even if something supposed to fall off, it would not. That is how we can change our belief system. This is very important that we think, we speak, we believe positive things. In order to do that, changing, I wouldn't say changing, it's just remembering. Remembering our actual identity helps a lot. Mm, imagine, imagine a superhero suddenly forgets about his or her identity and taken into another planet and live like normal person, like doesn't know. He can fly, he has superhuman abilities, he heals instantly, his wishes granted immediately. There is no limitation, and he doesn't know, she doesn't know. And the moment they realize, even if they thought about things that this is right, this is wrong, if this happens, then only this will happen. Things changes for them. That is how we are supposed to do on earth. Many people come to earth for lots of reasons. A lot of people come to earth because of certain missions on their life, to uplift humanity, to uplift energy of the planet, because ascension is a way of life. This is not my personal experience. People say that our earth is ascending to the fourth dimension. Well, I personally have experienced, but I would not say any detailed description about it because of the journey that I went through. I personally experienced it, especially from 2020, especially in 2023. There is a lot of things that I experienced, especially if you notice, uh, it's very surprising. At that time, it was very surprising for me to know, the thing that we speak about, religion speakings about fast and ekadashis. It's simply because there are particular time. It is not astrological. It is universal. There are something that clears up the path for the divine to reach us to earth, to reach out to people who are in a place psychologically, consciously, little bit better, and they uplift them. They give them that epiphanies, these downloads that would be greatly helpful. That is why it's just an accidental find out that I did that. I never used to believe in ekadashis and things like that. It was never about that, and suddenly, because of my spirit guardians, it was really shocking at that time, because it was religious thing, ekadashis and supports, but it was not. Surprise. This is exactly why. But there are a lot of things that religions, things that are far from the truth. I would not speak about this today's topic. Today's topic is something, our belief system, subconscious level, affirmation. This is exactly why. When people do not have a memory of exactly who they are, and someone else teaches them this is how life is supposed to be, and if they believe, if it is positive, then that is good. If it is not positive, then this is exactly how children are molded into different things in different families. This is exactly why there are a lot of beings who send their people to earth to change that negative mentality and break that generational negative belief system and change the whole generation in a very positive way. Twin flames are sent, star seeds are sent to earth for such reasons, to break that negative belief systems that comes through in a family and even in the society. That is why generations are changing. There are a lot of things are happening. This is exactly why affirmations do work. It is because everything is in the present. Means if we are supposed to want something, means it is a desire that we think anybody, we means anybody, if somebody is in a mode of wanting something, it means they feel the lack of it, means they are not supposed to do that. In an actual way, how it's supposed to work is they desire it and then feel the feeling of being that wish being fulfilled. And that is why these affirmations that says I am, because it's already am, I am that, you know. Soham, the pranayama is there, soham pranayama is there, the understanding of soham from a religious perspective, it's actually true. That is I am that, means we have to accept that this is no wanting certain qualities or something like that, whatever the affirmation is, to release that negativity, because people have a lot of people have a tendency to talk negative towards themselves, negative self-talk, that doubt coming in or anything regarding that kind of thing. In order to release that, changing that subconscious, uh, how the printer in a publication would work, they fix that words and they print it out every single time that comes out, and you change that and the positivity comes out like that way. This is exactly why changing the subconscious in a very positive way and letting go of that negativity from the subconscious is very important. Affirmations work, I included a little bit this and that, so the whole thing would cover up. uh, Affirmation is something um, to give our own mind, our own brain, our own subconsciousness a clarity regarding something that we previously wrongly assumed. You know, if if a child has a wrong understanding of something regarding a lion looking like a cat, a child wouldn't know. And an adult giving a clear understanding, this is how it is, this is something similar. If anybody has that negative, no, suddenly negative coming out of them in any kind of situation, and changing that negativity is required if they want their life to be changed, to be that positive one. Our subconscious has a lot of control over human life, because my spirit guardians always used to say, watch your thoughts, watch your words, what you think, what you speak has the ability to become your own life. So they always say that, watch your words, watch your thoughts. If someone has a tendency to say, feeling like negativity, it's better to change that to very positive, because free will on earth and universe's unconditional support would change that focusing on what we want and not letting any negativity seep in. This is exactly why in the older time people used to do these bhajans and everything, because to change the subconscious. When I was going through all of this process, I found out few things here and there, and it is surprising that how the lifestyle of old generation, I wouldn't say old people, old generation, a lot of negative things are there, a lot of positive things were there also there. It actually helped be detached from a lot of negativity in a lot of ways. Maybe one day I will probably write a book about it or speak about it. I've been thinking about it. I hope, I know that it would work. That is how I'm supposed to say it's working out. This is exactly why changing the subconscious is very important, and having that affirmation on a daily basis, on a morning and evening before we go to sleep, and when we wake up in the morning, our brain has an ability to override certain things. That is why when we wake up, it's important that we affirm whatever we desire. I'm healthy, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, all of those things. And these do work. These do work if somebody feels that from within. The repetition is just so that people would keep saying same thing, and they start to believe in it. That is why affirmations needs to be done on a daily basis, regularly. So one day that would feel like whatever we sing, we feel like it, not just saying it. That is how it's supposed to be. I hope you understand that. I hope it helps.